We all know there are things in life and the world that we do not have power over. We simply cannot change. And as we know only too well, this can feel very frustrating, especially in the darker times. It's also true that making changes we do have control over takes energy, and often some courage too. Because change can feel hard and the effort needed sometimes feels like too much work. We procrastinate starting or have an automatic freeze response to the overwhelm and avoid even thinking of the whole thing. We all know the serenity prayer, don't we? God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I certainly of late have felt that way about two big changes I needed to make. One about my eating habits, and one about some major decluttering of my stuff. And in truth, I had been pondering both these things for quite some time, so basically had been stuck in the procrastination stage. The first thing I decided was I needed to go at quite a slow pace for some of the changes, to stop the avoidance overwhelm creeping in. So far I have given up alcohol, caffeine and ultra-processed foods, and more recently many other common processed foods I love, such as wheat bread, strong cheese, high fat and sugary snacks. My health, energy and mood has been boosted, and I no longer get an afternoon lull in my energy. My fibromyalgia symptoms are much less, I've lost a few pounds, and I just feel more positive and brighter emotionally. Sometimes I fall off track, but my aim is to not beat myself up and to stay put as much as I can. The second thing was to finally face all my stuff that has accumulated since my van life days. At first I was so happy to be able to go to charity shops and have some room to accommodate some new things, but certain areas of my life now have become so disorganised that it's affecting my ease, joy and happiness levels. This is true for both home and in my art studio. Moving into a bigger studio hasn't helped that in any way. Anyway, if you've been around here for the last few videos, you will have seen the things I've been doing towards both these quests. And so at this point I was left within the messy middle part, where it's so easy to be swallowed in the overwhelm and feel like you're drowning in all the to-do lists, decluttering, consistencies and action steps. It always looks, feels worse before it gets better, as the old saying goes, especially when we're in the midst of a major declutter. But these past few weeks I decided to push through, both at home and in my studio, and really face my resistance. It was just time, even though on some days I didn't feel inspired to carry on. I knew, however, the benefits would be worth it for a Wendy in the future, and that thought kept me on track. After all, we are all an ongoing work in progress, deserving grace and love along the way. I've had a lot of complicated things going on sort of behind the scenes, things that perhaps, I wouldn't put on YouTube, but I think I've come back to my basics in the sense that I kind of stopped creating for a few weeks to have a creative break and allowed myself to have that rest, that time off. Yes, I missed it, but it has also done me good. And I've come down to my physical environment, which is one of the easiest things we can control, our own spaces. And so looking just at my own space, I knew there were changes that I wanted to make. If change is inevitable, then make them into the changes that you want and direct them, where and when you can. And another change I wanted to make was within myself, because I wasn't feeling at my best. I wasn't feeling healthy physically, and I was eating a load of junk basically. So I've cut that out, and that has made again another layer of making a change that I wanted and having control over. We only have control over a certain amount of things, so it's best to direct and control those things in the directions we really want them to go. And of course, things that we can't control, the things that are not within our choices, we have to learn to let those go as easy as possible. Retain that inner equilibrium, if you like, because that inner state of calm and peace, which it goes up and down, it ebbs and flows, of course, because we are human and that's a natural process. But if we can come back to center faster and have that center of calm where we feel safe, if that makes sense, then that's the gift. That's the realization that we all have that power within us. There's a famous saying, isn't there, that we have everything we need within us, and we do. We literally do. We are resilient beings. We are creative beings. Anyway, those are my morning ponderings. So I'm going to go back to my cup of tea. So cheers to you if you're keeping me company. Thanks for keeping me company in here. This online connection, it's meaningful. Just because it's online doesn't mean it's not meaningful. And yeah, I find it meaningful. I find it a circle. So thanks for being here. Big time. Oh. Wow. Okay, so we're just getting stuff out of the way for now. We're going to go through all of it. I'm going to go through each and every box. Yes. And then we need to just clear that so that we can put the shelf up. Yes. So we've come to do some more decluttering. Yes, it's there's some more in process, isn't there? We've got James on hand again. Hey, James. See there? Hey. Hello, James. He's coming to help because I'm going to put a life-changing shelf up. Now, we all know about the life-changing art of tidying up and our environments and how important it is. And you might think, oh, Wendy, you know, you've been decluttering for what seems like a long time. But this is a serious, proper, deep declutter. So yeah, I'm not going to show you the whole process in this video or anything, but just a couple of bits and bobs that, you know, that I've been doing because, you know, it is a vlog. Yes. So that's what we do with vlogs. Anyway, James is going to put a shelf up. So the reason I'm filming here is because we're going to have a shelf behind. And I'm noticing, because I think in layers, whether I'm doing artwork or anything really. So my next layer is plants. So my plant babies are all over the place. And I feel like I can't sort of make decisions on where the stuff, my arty stuff is going to go if I don't rehome the plant babies so they're happy. And I've got a couple of issues in that. There's one up here, and I've also, which is a pothos, and I've also got another pothos here, and both of those aren't very happy in their current situations. I think they're getting some direct sunlight and it's burning their leaves. And I've got a couple of things on the windowsill as well behind where you're sitting. Again, you know, too much, there's a lot of light in here, so I want to put them slightly out of the direct brightness, if that makes sense. And I feel like in the nook we haven't got a skylight, and also we're away from the window over there, so I feel like that will work. And probably going to repot a few bits and bobs as well. And then the layer after that, what was the layer after that?
Your artwork out.
Yeah, so what we thought was maybe use the rest of that wall as a sort of gallery wall. And so some of the paintings that I've got over there that are finished. Oh, where are they? Oh yeah, up there. Some of those I'm not selling, and so they're my personal collection. So I might make a little gallery, and look, I've got a little bit of wall space over there as well. So we're just gonna potter, you know, potter, but do another couple of layers as well. And then we've also just got some new boxes, you know, like just bog standard kind of things like that you can put on a shelf. So that's, again, another layer of stuff which I can organise. I like to organise my stuff once I've decluttered, because as flylady.net says, you cannot organise clutter, and I truly believe her. Anyway, yes. DIY in the house.
Here you are, baby. All yours.
Thanks so much.
All the plants.
Yay! put some of the plants up. It's not final, but do we like it?
I haven't seen the floor in a long time.
There's the floor. James has said, right, we've got a little nook for the trolley, and just, you know, get them out of the way. And I think to say, you know, people might think, oh, why doesn't she just let her plant babies go or take them home? Yeah, they're really important for me to have things growing in here. And it's just, yeah, things were getting a little bit too much sunshine. I mean, look at the jasmine. I'm going to have to give a little bit of attention. Yeah, we're good for now, aren't we?
Yes, how big it is.
Is the floor still down? So I'm going to work out this today, yeah, clear some of this, the condiments this end, and then also finish off doing the basket and yeah, a few other things. Need to work out the trolley and this trolley as well, and maybe fine tune the plants. I'm kind of at the fun bit for this declutter process now. I think I've got one scary box to go through, but over the weekend, and I didn't vlog much of that because it's a bit boring to be honest, but yeah, I have gone through some of this, what I'm calling my scary boxes, which are the boxes that are full of random uncategorized stuff, if you like. I'm sure you know what I mean, you know, those kind of bits and bobs drawers. And we all need a certain amount of bits and bobs drawers, but yeah, mine was becoming overwhelming. And I think it was distracting me from, you know, what I want to get done in here, which is my artwork. So I've spent a good few weeks doing this. And today, number one, I want to do some artwork. So the first thing I'm going to do is just reassert my surface areas that I already worked out. So my wet area, my main art table, and this is kind of like my office admin area, but I do tend to like, you know, sketching on here as well. So multifunctional areas basically, because I often sit at my laptop over there as well. So there's no rules in here. And I was debating, let me just move you around a little bit. Just show you there, that little corner. I was debating maybe moving the daybed to home, actually, you know, going home, and possibly having more of a armchair situation, which would take up less floor space, but also maybe getting a planned chest or a small set of drawers that would encapsulate all my paperwork, if you like. And I have actually done a few inquiries via Facebook Marketplace, you know, the bargains and things, and certainly things that James has found. And I took a day out of time yesterday basically to head to one of the little towns it's kind of 45 minutes away, something like that. So it's not really local to me, but there's a few shops there I wanted to have a look round. There was a chair on Facebook Marketplace to visit, and I also wanted to go and look round one of the sort of second-handy furniture type shops as well, the one where I got my basket in actual fact, and that other shelf that James has put up for me, which I showed you a minute ago. I'm going to put my condiments on, my art condiments. So we had a look at a couple of things. Emergency vehicle, sorry. We had a look at a couple of things, and I don't think the chair was right because it was kind of one of those patchwork jobbies and the covering fabric had a big tear, which was clear on the photographs on Facebook Marketplace. But the only thing was, when I went to inspect it and sit on it, it was lovely, but some of the fabric that was making up the patchwork was so thin and already had a few holes, and yeah, I just didn't want to take it on. I'm not really a stitchery project taker-oner, especially at the moment. I've got a lot, so I just want my chair to be functional. I don't want to have to keep fixing it up all the time. And then, as James said, you know, I could have put a throw over the chair, but then what's the point of buying a pretty chair with all the patchwork pretty, you know? So I left that. I also decided against a plan chest for now. You probably know the IKEA kind of mini plan chests that are more kind of A3 size. I think they do a taller A4 one, and they would fit quite nicely underneath the wet area surface or even under one of the desks, so I wouldn't have to use floor space. And I think, you know, we've got to think about floor footprint as well, haven't we? And I do have quite a nice space in here, but at the same time I want to maintain a level of organisation. I don't just want random stuff basically everywhere. So yeah, I'm still pondering on that. So for now I'm going to keep that daybed because I do like somewhere comfy to sit. And originally, you see, I brought that daybed in to edit my videos on. I have a few neck and back problems, and so if you are in a position for, I mean, most people will know this, but if you're in a position for a long period of time, you can have a lot of pressure and discomfort and aches and pains and things like that. So one of my best ways to edit is to kind of lie down propped up, if you like, and then support my neck with pillows in a certain orientation, and that seems to work for me. So that's why I kind of wanted the daybed in, comfy to sit and read and get inspired, but also a little place in the studio where I can edit for a good few hours at a time. Anyway, that was just a side note. So I think at this point in my decluttering process as well, I kind of lost heart a few sessions ago, if you like. Maybe on Saturday I was a little bit overwhelmed with it all, but then I've put a couple of smaller sessions in time-wise to just work on a few areas, and so now I'm feeling positive again, and the room feels like I've turned it upside down and shaken all the dust out, and I'm putting things back in a more orderly fashion. So the room feels really good. If you've got a room or a corner or a drawer or anything, indeed, I thoroughly recommend take it all out, have a look at it, dust it, get rid of some of it. Very important part of it as well, and I'm doing the same. I'm still in process. I would say I am about 70% through, because this was a big proper declutter. It wasn't just like a surface tidy up, tuck things away kind of thing. I really wanted to get rid of stuff that basically I didn't want in here and shouldn't be in here anyway, but was in here for some reason or another. Yes.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy we go, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all.
Dr. DIY in the house. What's happening then, eh?
What's happening? We are going to build some drawers for you for art storage.
Yeah, I've actually bought something brand new from IKEA because I couldn't find one on Facebook Marketplace. So we're going to build it. What else have we got to do? Where's the Lizzie? Tell them all the exciting things we've planned for today. Yes, to the friends on YouTube.
Tabletops for that table there.
Okay. The table behind you, I might be doing a bigger one.
Doing a bigger one.
Yes.
Pegboard.
Right, pegboard.
Unfortunately, somebody didn't realise that there are different specifications for the hole spacing, so the hooks and things don't fit.
I bought all these accessories and they don't fit.
We'll get some ones that do. Then you were going to tidy the plants up,
Okay, yeah.
and then that was it really for today, and I was going to put the drawers together.
Tabletops, pegboard, curtain for the shop, and the pin boards. The pin boards.
We're only here for a couple of hours, and then we're getting home to edit. Hi.
Hi. Did you forget about the coffee?
I had forgotten about the coffee.
Does it look easy-ish for IKEA?
IKEA's always wonderfully easy.
Where's good to put your coffee? Do you need help or shall I get on with something else? Look at me helping.
Dangerous.
Need a spirit. See. Oh no, it's not level. Do we need that?
Yes,
I like your screwdriver, a little stubby one.
it is the business, that is.
I'm just thinking, I don't know if I mentioned on the vlog here already about the plan for the plan chests. Instead of the daybed that's sitting behind you, I was going to get a chair and maybe have a plan chest. And we had a look, didn't we, on Facebook Marketplace? But then I had another thought, wondered if these would fit underneath here, the wet area. I'm going to start with one, obviously, but if I needed another one, I could get another one, instead of it taking up the floor footprint, if that makes sense. So I thought this was a better use of space. We couldn't find any on Facebook Marketplace, so I had to get a new one, which was really expensive because IKEA's ridiculously expensive right now. Yes, they've got some good stuff, not as good as it used to be.
Would you like to acquire the twonker? Perfect. A gentle twonk. Bit more, till it goes all the way. Not bad. Pretty well twonked.
Aw, you ruined my fun.
I know. I didn't realise it was going to be that easy.
Over between us.
Right, step 3.
Doesn't take any notice when I say that because he knows I'll never leave him.
Never. So, if you stand that piece up for me, that's the bottom.
What?
Don't turn it, just...
You'll have to let us know if this happens between you and your other half because I don't understand what he's asking
That's
me
the
to
bottom, stand it up.
do. Right, so I was just going to turn it.
No, I didn't say turn it, I said just stand it up.
So if I stand it up, it's still wrong.
That's not the bottom, is it?
But
That's the bottom. I want that at the bottom. Now you've turned it. Look, its original orientation was like that.
yeah,
I said stand it up, that's
Yeah.
the bottom.
right. Ah, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, it didn't make any sense to me.
No, that wouldn't. Can you hold that a sec?
Yes. I'll speed you up because we're just going to keep doing this. I'll save the YouTube friends all the banter. Yeah. Good. So what happened then?
Well, I had the front correct,
Right.
but what I didn't have was that it was the wrong way up, or the opposite way up to what I thought. So I put this top on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Schoolboy error, but
No. Oh well.
oh well.
No harm done.
Luckily it hadn't damaged anything.
No, it'll be fine. What can you do? You know, DIY is
Made
not.
the instructions clearer.
It's not as straightforward as it always seems,
It
I
isn't.
have to say. So
isn't.
I appreciate you doing this. So don't you worry about it. I'll show them the little things we got for the fronts of the drawers, look.
Got these little brassy things. They're not brass. Are they brass?
Probably not.
No, I don't think they're real. I just got them from Amazon just to make the fronts of the drawers look cute. Look, so it looks like a proper plan chest. What do you think? Cute. Yes. Hey, honey.
It's cute.
Yeah.
I like it.
Did we get the right screws in the end?
I hope so.
Oh, God. Okay.
Right.
Not done very well with attachments, have I? Got the wrong stuff. Anyway, we're getting there now, so.
What was that then? That was step...
They look very cute. So I got the wrong screws for those.
we kind of thought, oops.
We've just done a couple at the bottom with silver ones, but I'm going to change them for brass ones. But they didn't have any, did they, in the shop?
No, that's why we ended up...
The ones we bought were too long, so
No, not too long. They're too chunky.
too chunky.
What's the gauge? That's what we call it, isn't
Right.
it? The gauge.
The gauge.
Anyway, they will do for something.
Not been very lucky with the attachments.
No, stock was quite low, which was...
And also I messed up the pegboard thing.
Oh, I see. Wow. You did your best. Yeah, let's get something to eat.
All right, we'll be back. Yes. We have to eat over here today because there's no chair there. Would you pass me my fork, babe? I've got a napkin. Right?
Oh, much more civilized. Fits perfect.
Oh look, here's my paper so organised in my drawers, which I've had for so long, like at least 4 minutes. Life changing. What paper is that? Strathmore Mixed Media, Strathmore Mixed Media. This one's black. One of my favourite papers. Oh, don't look there, Bum.
What's that?
Fabriano hot press. I don't need that, do I? Was that good for Cardboard King?
Maybe.
Oh my goodness, that is life changing.
Okay.
Look, I just did that. Is that gonna? Maybe I should do it this side. I haven't even been doing my hair. I don't even know what I look like on. Sorry if I look terrible.
You look gorgeous.
You're gonna explain?
Mansplain.
Well, yeah, because you're the genius.
Well, we weren't sure whether to have the pegboard. Originally we were thinking it was going to go here, weren't we? Attached to the back of this wardrobe, whatever it is, dresser. And then we weren't sure whether to have it left or to right, whether to have it landscape at the top.
Yeah.
But what we're kind of also trying to consider is the fact that we've got large canvases, tall elements and things. So anyway, and then we had the idea,
Well, we didn't. You did.
which was to mirror the other end, where you've got a basically end wall with storage space behind it.
Yeah. So I can tuck. You can probably just see canvases tucked down there.
So effectively we would have the pegboard somewhere like that, and we can still fit in tall items behind, still get access to the socket.
Yeah. Oh, and also in other news, we had a little look at the all the attachments that came with the pegboard, and James realised that quite a few of them actually do fit. Is that right? Do they fit?
Singles and some of the bigger ones, yeah.
So we might put a few bits and bobs up. But yeah, that gives me the best of both worlds.
Best of both. Mm-hmm. Just like bread.
So
do you think we need L brackets?
I think that's what I'm talking about, the L brackets. Okay, anyway, little update.
Lil up.
Just enough room to get in. You getting tired yet?
A little bit.
Yeah. Shall I paint it white? How far we've got, having a little play. A few things to sort of drill holes into. James hasn't got the right drill bit. And also need to modify the attachment for this, but maybe put some down here. Yeah, I've got a few of those. So, still got some bits.
What do you think?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. What do you think?
It's come together very well. We have this organised area here organised much better than it was before.
And I know where my stuff is because I'm always losing that. I'm always losing that. I'm always losing my knife and my palette knives. I'm always losing those. Look, it's a tape. I don't think I'm going to get any art done. I'm just going to be playing with my pegboard.
Yeah.
Change the name of my channel, The Unexpected Peg Lady.
Peg leg Wendy.
Peg Leg Fairy.
Peggy the fairy.
Peggy the Fairy, yeah, all right. Anyway.
Okay, let's go home.
Yeah, go home.
Get some supper. Cup of tea.
Yes.
Are there perhaps things in your life you have been putting off and fear to even get started? If so, this may be a sign for you to take a small step towards your goal on your own quest. If I can do it, you can do it too. And as my daughter always says, we totes got this. Yes,